Hi everyone, my name is Erika Neal and I am a graduate student at the University of California, Berkeley, and I study public health, concentrating in epidemiology and infectious diseases. I am so happy to have been invited to talk to you all about why voting is important to me. And before I can even begin, I have to give credit to my alma mater, Virginia State University, where I obtained my bachelor's of political science, because that's how my journey into civic engagement started. I was so involved in art before I became a political science major that it literally took the 2016 presidential election for me to find my place in this world of civic engagement. And from there, I found Campus Vote Project. I met amazing friends and made amazing connections through LinkedIn and other events that were happening during that time that were talking about how to become a student organizer, what are the skills that every student organizer should have, what are the challenges that we're going to be facing at the time stemming from the 2016 presidential election results, and then how can we make those take steps to move forward and get ready for right now the 2020 presidential election. So I'm celebrating my 4th year in this work, and I haven't looked back since. The day after the 2016 presidential election, I went to the registrar's office and changed my major to political science. And when Campus Vote Project came on campus, that opened up many doors for me to join organizations like Black Girls Vote, the NAACP, Fair Elections Committee, this Students Vote Conference, as well as other national and local organizations throughout the country. I say all this to say that civic engagement has taught me it's important to know your why in everything that you're doing. That not only translates into finding the perfect organization for you to get into civic engagement, but also what do you like to do in general, because that's going to go into your career path. I'm really appreciative of the SLSV Coalition for showing me that the two go hand in hand. And what I'm really passionate about is public health, and there are organizations that put the health of those who have been disadvantaged and disenfranchised, communities like communities of color such as the African American community, Hispanic community, and other communities like LGBTQ. Those are all parts of what is most passionate to me. So SLSV was like, okay, so this, let's find organizations that organize around this. And I found the ACLU. I've also seen other students leading coalitions like the Virginia Student Power Network. There are so many different organizations out there, and it can seem really confusing to kind of go through all of those mission statements and the leaders of those organizations. But it really goes back to what motivates you to be in this work and to be in this field, and why do you want to vote? I've always known that voting is an important part of my civic duty as a citizen, because my parents and my grandparents took me to the polls. And now more than ever, that kind of sentiment and those kinds of stories need to be amplified, because there's a whole generation that is not that seems not as engaged, or that needs that help and that guidance that we were given, and we need to make sure that we give back to them to make sure that they know how important voting is. When we talk about making or setting ourselves up in our actions for future generations, it starts by taking that first step and understanding how we can get involved in our communities. And now is the perfect time. So if you are a student who is listening to this right now and you're like, you know what, she's right, I gotta find my foot into the door, into something to show people in my communities that this is important, now is the perfect time. You can be a poll worker on election day, and we need those. We need people who are in our age groups between the ages of 18 and 29, and anyone who is below the age of really 50 to step up and step out on election day. You can log on to powerthepolls.org and find your polling location and find out how you can become a poll worker in your state and locality. Thank you again for letting me speak, and I'm really excited. Make sure that you get out to vote and get your friends out to vote this year. Bye.